Hey, welcome everyone to another installment of Drink and Draw. We have a very full house this evening. Got guests of Amanda Connor,
Woo!
Jimmy Palmiotti,
Woo!
and then we have the regular crew of Dan, Dave, Jeff, and reoccurring special guest star Joe Casada.
Oh, yes.
So, welcome.
Grumble.
Thanks for coming back, Joe.
Yeah.
What's
funny? We never.
home, and you guys show up. I don't understand how this happened.
Yeah, we never give Joe the link information. He somehow finds it. It's really
I think I
weird.
need to put my camera on. Can you guys watch me like in the middle of the night when I'm just at my computer? Because that's kind of creepy.
Once or twice. Big deal.
I like Jimmy looks like a blind ship captain who's
Jimmy's
about to
a
start
cool
playing the blues.
3 hour tour.
He's the captain. Thanks, Tennille. Where's Tennille?
Oh boy.
All right, guys.
Does that make me Gilligan?
Kinda.
Perhaps.
Or no,
Tennille.
you're Marianne or Ginger. Let's keep it real.
I'd like to think that I'm like a mix of both with a little bit of Mrs.
I hear
Howell
nothing.
thrown in.
Now I hear just Dan giggling.
Well,
That's
Jimmy,
normal.
That's normal.
It is horrible.
I hear that in my nightmares.
So what are you guys drinking tonight?
I should be drinking something. I'm not
Tip it-
drinking anything. I want to drink
I
something.
can't hear Amanda.
You don't have to.
I can't.
That's true. He's upstairs.
I'm drinking tequila. Jose Cuervo.
Nice. Good one.
Seawater.
I want coffee. Oh yeah, I do have water. I have water with like a little cat face on it.
I'm drinking vodka and 7-Up.
Can't hear.
I have just sake.
What was that again, Jeff?
So we had dinner. Sake, yeah.
Huh.
I know it's not your normal drink, Dan, but I think outside the beverage box.
Interesting.
I'm just.
Jeff's got the best picture out of everyone. It's so clear.
Yeah.
You can see the pores in your skin.
Well, I'm
Yikes.
the youngest.
Ben, what are you drinking, Ben?
I am drinking a little Steel Radler. It's a fine summer beer. Friends of
Nice.
mine. So
I got to try this alcohol thing. I'm just doing.
I can't hear Joe.
I'm just doing iced tea.
Jimmy's
I want wine.
experiencing a little bit of problems, I'm noticing.
I am.
Hey, Dan, can Jimmy hear you? Because I had the same problem last week, and I just had to reboot and get back on again. So you might want to give him that.
All right, Jimmy, you might have to reboot once again. What do you think
All right.
about that? Try it again.
I'll be back soon.
Bye, Jimmy.
All right.
Jimmy.
This is what happens. We got a
He has been having
successful.
trouble with his computer today, so
Yeah.
it's been giving him shit. So
Nice. So it looks like, Amanda, you work in a whole different room than Jimmy. Like, you guys are a lovely couple, one of the most beloved in comics. However, separated when it comes to work, it seems.
that's how we stay a lovely couple.
Even though you guys are working on the same project, do you have like just certain times you talk about the project and then you leave it in the separate rooms?
Yeah. We just need like peace and quiet in our own little environment. So,
Yeah.
so
Ideally, where would Jimmy work? Like, if you could choose.
Oh, if I could choose where he would work?
Yeah, which state would you put him in?
Yeah, would he be in Florida?
Mississippi, probably.
Yeah.
A state of drunkenness.
There you go. Perfect.
Nice.
Well, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hear everybody now. Yay. It worked.
Yay.
Perfect.
Hopefully it won't cut out again, because this is a very serious live stream. And
Yes.
Hey, Jimmy, a word of
I can
advice.
tell.
Yeah.
Word of advice. You're probably gonna like it better when you couldn't hear anybody.
I was lip reading, but it didn't really make much sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Jimmy, what are you working on right now? Can you say it, or is it a secret?
No. I have a Kickstarter. Hopefully tomorrow or Saturday launching with Painkiller Jane.
Okay.
What?
And then Wonder Woman. You know, Amanda and I are working on these the Walmart books, doing a Wonder Woman story, and
That's so cool.
yeah, and then some secret project can't talk about.
I've heard rumors of it.
Yeah, it's a few wood around your house. Yeah,
It's so secret, I forgot what it was.
that's right.
That's the way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, so
that's
you guys
about
are doing a Wonder Woman thing together. Like, you've been doing a lot of stuff together over the years. Like, How is
living, loving?
He's surprisingly easy to work with.
Yeah.
It's you know, who would have thought? You know?
Keep it down, Joe. Keep it down.
The surprisingly easy to work with part was the.
You could have stopped it surprisingly easy. That would have been.
The word "surprise" is the kind of key.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Joe, what are you working on? Can you share it with us?
What was that?
So, Joe, what are you working on? Can you share?
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm doing a convention sketch I promised a fan a long time ago. There was some issue. Well, anyway, long story short, it's another DC character, a very odd one too.
I knew it. Last week it was an awesome Superman. Yeah. And this week another DC one.
Yeah, this is a head sketch. I'll switch over my camera in a little while. Just
cool. Right now you're just. All right, I'm gonna get a pencil. I keep them in. My house has like 16 rooms upstairs. It's 3 stories. There's like an elevator.
Oh Jesus!
I'm gonna go get it. But I have a pencil room. I have it's just dedicated to pencils. Every brand, you name it. Every leg.
Temperature in that room.
It's kind of like a shoe closet, but it's dedicated to pencils.
It's an amazing room. Another room for just ink. It's perfect. So hold on. I'm gonna put
and crusty socks.
But you know what, Dan? We have the most interesting people that watch our show because I mean I've gotten tweets from people that actually noticed the pencil holder that I'm using, and they're asking questions about that. So I think that's kind of cool.
Amanda's my pencil holder.
And the writer makes an appearance.
Damn.
You know, Dave and I were getting into
me drawing.
All
right, I really want something to drink. If I'm going to be this giggly, I'm going to be drinking. What do you want, Jimmy?
Hey, Dave, weren't we talking about Sharpie sleeves or something like that the other day?
Yeah, Sharpie sleeves. You know,
for a good conversation, though, I think.
Those who haven't been snipped, apparently, it's a good place to keep them. So,
wow,
comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable. Yeah,
that is interesting.
Where's Amanda going?
You know, I didn't really think you were gonna give us details on that, but thank you.
right.
Remind me never to ask Dave anything again.
Yeah, exactly. Dave's sense of decorum is it's different than one would hope.
Well, you know.
Yeah. That's probably why he gets invited to more dinner parties than I do.
Yeah, he is the Oscar Wilde of our crew.
And he does get invited to a lot of dinner parties.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Tell me more.
I'm having a little dinner party tonight, but it's a private affair.
Up in the hills.
It's just you and Christaki, right?
Yeah, it's just me. We're eating a lot of hot, like mini hot dogs and lemonade.
Batman suit.
Yeah.
Do you use yeah.
Jeff, what are you drawing?
I still have a can of Four Loko.
This is a samurai and a giant robot.
Doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
I mean, can I say something? That sounds a little weird.
Well, I mean, one of the nice things about working on this big piece of paper is that I can draw anything I can think of on it. There's no.
And it just comes together like you.
You know you can do that on a small piece of paper too, right? You don't need.
Yeah,
don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, well, small piece of paper always seems too confining.
Yeah,
I can't hold in my genius, Joe.
Dude, you know, I think last week's piece was amazing, right? It was the space turtle thing you did.
Yeah, last week I did a space turtle the week before, and last week was a big giant dragon.
Oh, and who can forget Petal Wolf?
Petal Wolf.
Wolf. Yeah, when's that coming out, Jeff?
As soon as I get the Kickstarter going. Oh yeah, that's
Jeff Johnson.
I think that's Amanda's fault.
It's my fault because I went over to Jimmy and I gave him a beer.
Oh.
Beer.
Man, it reminds me of many Saturday mornings.
Jeff came out recently to a little drink and draw fair.
I thought for a minute there you were going to say he came out. I was like,
no.
Whoa.
That'll be a few more episodes in.
How about Amanda's guest starring at the drink and draw? Dave, you remember that?
Barely, because I was drinking. Oh, that one, that night, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Let's talk about it.
Woo!
Let's talk about things.
Not.
That was a fun night. For me.
For who?
Thank you, thank you, buddy Anthony.
Yep.
So for those of us,
Anthony's a freaking
those of us that weren't there,
Yeah.
tell us the story.
I have to get Anthony work. That's all I'm saying. Because of that night, I have to get your buddy Anthony work. ASAP.
Yeah.
So I was sensing you got a little out of control that night.
Just a little bit.
I made the mistake of drinking wine on an empty stomach. And once you make that first bad choice, with drinking that first drink on the empty stomach, then all the other bad choices come so much more easily. So
sure, it's like being friends with Dan. Once you call him, everything after that's kind of your fault.
Thanks, Jeff.
sorry, buddy.
Yeah, and then I tried to, remedy it by having a meatball. And
what?
A meatball. I had a meatball, and it was too late.
Wait, what's that a nickname for now?
Yeah.
Something to do with Jimmy?
No, it was an actual. Well, yeah, sometimes I call it meatball, but that's a whole.
Is it your little thing. Meatball?
Is a little pasta bazool.
Yeah. So I ended up I think face down on the table at Drink and Draw, and I drew something. It was really bad. When I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, it was just bad. And this saint friend of yours, Anthony, drove us home and
I'm
made
so
it
proud.
all the way.
Anthony's a good dude.
Yeah, he is a good.
Jeff doesn't like him.
Said it.
But
I've had enough of his shenanigans. He's too handsome.
He's way too handsome.
Honestly, I can't remember what
You don't even remember what he looks like.
No.
Wow.
All I remember is I woke up in the back seat of his car. Jimmy was trying to race around to get my side of the door open. I think Jimmy. Well, somebody at the bar had given us a garbage bag just to be on the safe side.
Oh, that was me.
And I think.
That was
thank
me.
you for that.
Dave Garbage Bag Johnson.
It was. I actually woke up at 4:00 in the morning with a huge hangover and giggling because it was so absurd. So Jimmy threw the garbage bag in the front seat, and I remember thinking, I'm going to need this garbage bag, and putting my hand in the front seat, and I think I may have groped Anthony accidentally, and I apologize.
Yeah,
for that.
Accidentally.
Okay. A lot of people grope him accidentally. He's very handsome.
We've all done that.
Look.
So
wait,
so
can I interrupt 1 second? It won't take long.
Yeah.
Does Dave carry trash bags on his person? Where's Dave getting a random trash bag?
In case it rains, he has a bag with him all the time.
Where's the wallet?
It's called instant luggage.
It's like Bugs Bunny. It just appears. He reaches behind his back, and there it is.
Trash bag, anyone?
Dave used a suitcase. Trash can.
Right.
So I couldn't get this bag open. I couldn't find the giant hole. And then when I finally found the giant hole, I just stuck my entire
Anthony.
head in, and it was all over. But I did not get one drop of throw up in his car. I'm very proud of myself.
Professional, classy, good.
On my cashmere sweater.
Anthony was actually disappointed because he was going to sell it on eBay. But
that's on eBay. That's very eBayable.
Well, tell him I'm sorry.
Halfway through throwing up, Amanda's head is in the bag, and she goes, "It smells like meatballs in here." Started throwing up some more.
Because she wasn't that drunk. She could recognize certain smells and good.
Yeah.
God bless.
It was it was it was nasty.
So she's allowed back.
So I think there's been enough time. You can come back.
3 strikes, you're out. That was that was strike 1.
Well, at least Anthony had a bag full of sloppy Joe. I had a little.
Very sloppy.
Incredibly sloppy.
I get asked that question a lot. Like, how do you draw while drinking? And it does take some practice.
Yeah.
Anybody can draw while they're drinking. It's just a matter of how good it is.
Oh yeah, mine was bad.
Fair point.
I think I had tried to just like a little fly in here and kill it.
It's the old Carnegie Hall thing, right? How do you drink and draw? Practice.
Practice. I have dedicated a lot to my craft.
Yeah.
And to your liver.
Yeah. But not even to my liver, to my big toe. Thanks to my love of beer, and a general life of of bad decisions. I got the gout the other day.
This is good. This is you know what I like about this?
That I was in pain.
No, I like that this is like a good selling point for drinking and drawing. It's like, I can look forward to this. Let me subscribe.
So Dan, it's funny because I asked Dan yesterday. I said, so is anybody having any sort of like colonoscopies or surgery or anything before tonight's Thursday show? And not that I'm aware of, but okay.
I have to go for mine soon. I mean,
I couldn't even imagine the gout. But go ahead.
It's not as dramatic as a colonoscopy, and I don't know if we're going to have as many great visuals for it. But
I didn't come prepared, guys. So.
I'm working on it right now.
It's gout. It hurts like a son. It's so bad. It hurts.
What is gout? What is that?
Gout is when you're
a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing in disguise because now I've switched over to the non-beer alcohols, which are supposed to be better for your liver. So it's your liver. You formed certain foods, certain things cause crystals to form in your bloodstream, and
very Mobius.
Yeah, very much. It's like Incol, but in your liver.
Right.
And then those will deposit in various joints. It's akin to arthritis. So those will deposit in various joints. The big toe is a big one. And and then after a certain point, they will cause inflammation and expand and cause all kinds of ridiculous pain. So it used to be called the king's disease, the wealthy man's disease.
Why is that?
It comes with rich foods, rich wines, rich beers.
Okay.
Head cheese, things.
How did Dan give that?
Yeah, like what is it?
A lot of liver.
Yeah.
Liver and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It affects a lot of people who go to delis a lot.
Yeah.
It's a big problem at Cats.
Yep.
Is that why everybody's limping?
Yeah. So I called. So Dan was having a shitty day the other day, and I was.
Did that brighten him up?
It did. Well, I was in tremendous pain, and I was waiting because I knew that all I had to do was let him know that I was suffering, and it would brighten his day.
That's very Dan-like, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Did you go out and get cherry juice?
I did. So thanks to Dave, who had some experience with it, gave me all the medical advice I needed, and it was better in a few days. But
Dave's juice, every manner of like
concentrated cherry juice. That's what'll fix it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
There's some foods that cause the crystals to form, and there's some foods that break them down. So you just have to cut the ones that form it out, and start enjoying the ones that start enjoying the foods that break them down, like celery and cherries.
Yeah, you can put those in a drink.
I could eat a shit ton of cherries.
You just make a vodka drink with some cherries and some celery, and you're good to go.
A stalk of celery.
And red wine apparently is better than beer.
What about buttery Chardonnays?
Buttery Chardonnays, apart from the hangover, I'm not really sure what effect they cause.
I like that they're buttery.
You're acting like Frank Thierry's on, Amanda.
Yeah.
Frank's not here. Frank enjoys a buttery Chardonnay.
I'm not sure. I think the buttery Chardonnays are fine, but if you get more of an oaky flavor, then you're gonna get the gout.
Immediately.
I know Frank also likes other buttery things.
Like butter.
You can't talk about them.
Olive Garden special.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frank yells at me every time I say buttery Chardonnay.
You know what? Elena, my dear wife, God bless her, she passed away.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not true. She's right over there.
No, she will inevitably like describe the type of wine she wants to whoever is like serving us, and she's always like, dirty barn, horrible, like rat nest. And I'm like, what? None of this sounds appealing. Like what? Like it's always something fucking like horrible, just awful.
I think dirty barn is a sexual position.
Yeah, it must be. It's got to be.
It is in Missouri.
That's old school. That's an old one. It's been around for a while.
Yeah. She's trying to send me signals, and I'm not picking up on it.
Yeah, how would she describe you?
Right.
Dirty barn.
She's a colorful, colorful vocabulary there.
Yeah. Former husband.
Not much of a finish.
Yeah. No finish.
Nice.
Hey, Jimmy, we actually mentioned we were talking about you the other day, or we were just talking about the Valiant bus tour, and and I think when you and I sort of established ourselves as sort of the fatherly types on that tour,
Oh yeah, you guys are real helpful.
Dan was going
you needed our help, Dan. Dan, you were out of control with misery from that girl you were with, that ex of yours.
Yeah.
Something had to be done.
Yeah, your guys' therapy was lovely.
You're welcome.
Real helpful.
Listen, we changed. You became a man that day.
Yeah, man.
You know what my mother told me about that? Because that was the exact word she used. She was like, "You used to be a man."
Wait. That's the opposite of what those guys were saying.
Well, no, I became a man. It's true, but it's similar. The word "man" was used.
We had Jay Scott in the back. Remember, he was in the back of the bus, but he was. I think he was 12.
He's since graduated. Yeah.
Right? Did he have a note from his mom?
I just remember them watching cartoons in the back of the bus, refusing to go to the front of the bus where we were all hanging out.
Yeah. You know who was a lot of fun on that tour? Fragaboom.
Fragaboom. Boom, boom, boom. There were videos playing on that bus too, weren't there?
Brandon was.
Brandon was out of control. That guy, I know like in Las Vegas or outside of Las Vegas, you could have hookers or whatever.
What?
But the amount of cocaine and hookers Brandon Peterson was involved with, I'm like, we're going to get arrested. This is not going to end well. He didn't care. He didn't care.
How many were killed?
I think it was so bad we had to ask him to leave the bus at one point.
Yeah, and then he came back and he tried to hide one in like a suitcase or something, and then she sprung out, and then she's like, whatever.
So he kept pulling Petersons. Another Peterson.
He's pulling a Peterson. That guy is insatiable.
Yeah.
He wants to come on the live stream with Frank Cho. And I think,
fun.
Yeah.
Good. I'll be out of town that weekend. So
yeah, two of the most beloved men in comics. So yeah, Frank Cho will be his usual miserable, crabby self. That'll be a delight to have him on board.
That's why we love him.
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch those two guys draw.
Sure. I think it'll be great to get more hate mail. That'll be awesome.
We'll have Frank Thierry on. That'll be a lot of fun. We just keep following it with all sorts of disagreeable people. It'd be great.
Yeah.
More disagreeable than us?
Far
I find
more.
that very hard to believe.
Yeah.
Did you not hear the name Frank Thierry?
Frank Thierry is one of the most disagreeable in comics, period.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, we love him.
He's
all right. I guess I should start drawing. Right?
What are you drawing, Dan?
I am drawing in honor of Jimmy being here. I'm drawing Jonah Hex.
All right.
Jonah Hex is fun.
You liar. You said you were going to draw Jim Neighbors for me.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dave, I've always lied to you. I never tell you the truth.
None of us actually tell Dave the truth.
Yeah.
Right. So, Amanda, I know apart from being a super busy penciler of many comics, you did a bunch of designs for a show that I was working on.
Huh? Where's this going?
Well, you did a bunch of designs for Harlequin. Like
I did.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, the Harley Quinn animated thing, and you're working on it, and I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah,
so cool.
Yeah, we'll talk more later. But I just
let's talk right now. This is a perfect opportunity.
Well, I mean, it's technical and a lot of it's boring, but
not for our listeners. They love it.
It's gonna be a really, really fun show, and I think the spirit of Amanda Connor is definitely in it.
Oh, cool.
Well, how would you describe that spirit?
See how
I would not use the terms buttery, but I would use brash and irreverent.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
Wait.
Okay.
Can we back up a second? Can we back up 1 second? All right. So Amanda being a part of the show, that's incredibly exciting. The fact that Amanda goes, "Hey, it's great that Jeff is working on the show. Let's talk about this."
Well, yeah, no, I mean, she's being very polite. It's
you're being kind, man, you're being kind, right?
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
The
she was
show's being
just
canceled.
being nice. Yeah,
we're talking about Jeff here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I bring very little to the table.
Well, you got the gout. I wouldn't want an artist with the gout working on my stuff.
Well, it did keep me
Well,
in the
just as
chair.
long as
It
he
kept me
doesn't-
in the chair. I couldn't go anywhere.
Just as long as he doesn't get any gout on the artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
You know what's great? When people see that show, people watch the show. This particular episode can sit there and go, you know what? The artist that worked on that. Had the
There
gout.
you go.
Got the gout. Definitely the gout.
And you can tell.
Yeah,
Michelle
sure.
on all the scenes.
You know, I could tell you exactly what issues Gil Kane drew where he had the gout.
Oh God, I bet.
Jeff,
I mean, I'm
Jeff
sure.
Jeff
Lot of
loves
shading
Gil
line doesn't
Kane,
know.
but
Yeah.
he didn't like that about him. He didn't like the fact that he drank.
Now, Joe, maybe you could. You're way more knowledgeable than I am about like all things Marvel. Is it true that one of Gil Kane's nicknames was Sugar Lips Kane?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I've actually heard that.
It was.
It was
Yeah.
Sugar Lips Kane, right?
Yeah.
Because he
It
was
was.
a bit of a philanderer.
He's a lover. He's a lover.
He had a nice art collection. That's all I got to say.
Right.
What I know about Gil Kane is that I used to, I never met him, and then I remember whenever artists would talk about him, I'd say, "Hey, you ever meet Gil Kane?" I'm like, "No, I never met him." I'm like, "Oh, well, someday you will, and he'll refer to you as my boy." And lo and behold, I ran into him not too long before he passed away, and I see him in an airport, and I introduced myself, and he's like, "Oh, Joseph, my boy," and I'm like, "Whoa, there it is."
Nice.
He's true to form.
Well, that guy was
He had
brilliant.
mascot, the whole thing was like it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? He never called me
It was
that.
amazing.
Now I feel kind of bad.
Did you ever meet him?
You know why,
I did.
Dan? Because he thought you were a man.
Yes.
He goes, "Hey, my man."
Yeah.
Sorry, Jeff.
That was clearly after me and Jimmy got done.
Yeah, with your handiwork.
You really should thank them, Dan. Perhaps a letter.
No, I curse them often. It's a miserable experience traveling with them.
Amanda and I met Gil and his wife. Remember, Amanda? We
In Texas.
yeah, in Texas. We
Yeah.
had some drinks in a buddy's house with Gil, and he told a lot.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Wish I remembered. I don't remember. I just remember there was so much information being dumped that by the time I left, I was like, God, I wish I recorded that. He's had stories about
Did he
everybody.
carry trash bags with him, like one of our friends?
No, but I bet
Was he prepared?
Did Gil have stories about Dave? I bet you did. Anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, about Dave. Plenty about Dave.
Dave, do you have any Gil stories?
I only met him once at a show, and yeah, he did My Boy. And
There you go.
That was about it. That's my story.
Boring.
Super boring.
Super boring, dude.
Mute him. No more.
You guys need especially Dave. Dave needs a thing to call people when he meets them.
Amanda, what do we call Dave?
Friend? Lover?
God.
What do we
There we
call
go.
him?
Can you say it on the air?
Yeah.
Amanda.
I'm not gonna say because
Why
Dave's
not?
gonna be mad at me forever.
No, he's not.
Oh God.
Now you
You
got
might.
it.
I mean,
Now
You
you
know,
have to
should
say
have
it.
lied.
I know.
This is drink and draw. People say everything.
Yeah, now you're on the
Yes,
spot.
that's true.
I just told
Nobody
you about
takes
my
offense,
gout.
really.
I am on the spot. We started calling him Day Joe.
What's that mean?
Oh, Day Joe for Dave Johnson.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, I
hope-
like
I
it.
hope that's what it's for.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Dave.
Dejo.
I'll take that. I was thinking it was going to be really bad.
You will from
Yeah.
here forward be known as Dejo. I cannot call
Well,
you anything
Day
else.
Joe.
Yeah, because Twat Face didn't work out too well. So we
I was gonna say, Amanda, do you think that's somehow an insult? I think you were probably the nicest person
No,
I've ever
That's
met.
the best. That's the best he's ever been called.
Yeah.
Well, from here on out, I'm calling Amanda Amandy.
Mandy, like
Well,
Commandy.
Jimmy and
we-
Amanda.
Best girl on earth, right?
Man,
Dejo was like his TV name, like Dejo. If you had to refer to Dave.
if you were a
Alright.
baseball player, you'd be Dejo. I like
Yeah.
Dejo. Yeah.
And you'd have a
Right.
terrible average.
Dave, what celebrity would you be dating?
Yeah, right. If you were
Oh,
who
God.
does Day Joe go out with?
Yes.
Jeez. No, it's not up for me. It's up to you guys. You got to tell me.
No, it's not up to us.
Well,
You
she has to have red hair and freckles.
Oh, well, no, yeah, that's true.
I was picturing Jessica Alba. For some reason, she likes Dejo.
Rob Reiner.
Yeah, too bad she's
Rob Reiner. Thanks.
He's a good conversationalist.
I'm thinking Betty White. I think he's a Betty White guy.
Oh yeah, thank you.
That's about the right age. That's about the right age.
Right there.
Yeah.
He's all attitude.
Betty White. That reminds me of that Vine that Dave.
Which one?
The one the Vine with I can't think of her name.
What the hell are you drinking?
Yeah, what are you drinking over there?
Wait, let me go get a garbage bag.
Yeah, coffee my ass. What is that?
You know what? Throw up in this hat so I can get rid of it.
My mom gave you that hat.
Oh,
Exactly. Oh boy, that's the ticket.
Oh gosh.
Amanda, Jimmy told me the other day over the phone. He's like, "I got this hat from Amanda's mom. I can't stand it. What do I do?"
I'm wearing it right now.
No, get rid of this thing.
I'm wearing it. It's very,
I know. I know. It does take up a lot of room.
How many hats? I have hundreds of hats, Dan.
Jeff used to have a lot of hats.
I still do. I have a really great one we found in the bootleg tunnels under LA.
You took a hat from one of those tunnels?
Oh yeah, I remember it. It was a pork pie or something.
It's a great hat.
Yeah.
There was a bar, it's still there. It's called
I'll go grab it as a matter of fact.
Go grab that. It's called the King Eddie bar, downtown LA, and Burroughs used to drink there. And during Prohibition, they had to change it into a violin shop, but there was underneath in the basement, they kept the tavern going. They built a tunnel from that tavern all the way to the Biltmore, where that was the original place where they would have the Oscars. So there's tunnels all underneath Los Angeles because people love drinking so much. They're willing to dig tunnels so they can escape from place to place. But it was neat. So we did artwork for this place called the King Eddie, and we would draw these things in the speakeasy that was just this dank. It's going to sound like one of the wines that Elena drinks. It was just this really dusty basement that was formerly a legitimate speakeasy, and then we find all these tunnels back there, and we find little weird artifacts, and it was pretty cool. Apparently, Jeff found a hat. So
I found this hat.
Wow,
it was just in one of the underground tunnels. It was just hanging on a hook. Clearly, someone had left it.
Yeah, that looks pretty clean.
Yeah.
All that setup work I did.
I think that was a bar manager's hat. I don't think it
sold
was
that
from
you sold that from Johnny B.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking to the original guy.
The original
guy who retired.
Yeah, the way back in the day. Yeah, probably. It'd been down there a long time.
Yeah, I don't think it was Johnny B.
Jeff is a lot of talents, but he's also a hat restorer. So.
Yeah, we actually did we did a much better job restoring the stuff we found in the tunnels than that woman did on the Jesus face.
Yeah.
Well, we just cleaned up the door.
We just wiped off all the cigarette smoke and the heroin ash.
Yeah, 40 years of cigarette smoke was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we found all these great relief drawings and murals all over the walls down there. They had decorated the place, and nobody could even see them. And we started scrubbing away. It was amazing. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget sharing that experience with you guys. And it's why I love you. Now I'm going to start crying.
Oh
God! I guess Joe and
still there.
You guys didn't really turn into a man, did you?
No, I cry so much. It's amazing.
We cried. We really
that
did.
poor kid. He should have puked some manliness on you.
Yeah. So Jimmy, you're gonna up the hat game with the cowboy hat?
I did. Well, it's Amanda's mom gave it to me, so I'm gonna wear it until Amanda pukes in it.
I wasn't watching when that happened.
I'm working on it.
I'm trying to get the urban cowboy lighting in here. I don't know if you noticed. I'm trying to get this very.
I got that trademarked.
You do?
The urban cowboy
with urban.
Oh yeah. Oh, anything with urban.
You're drawing Jonah Hex, Dan. So I figured let me wear the cowboy hat.
Very kind of you.
Coming out very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I actually did an issue or part of an issue of Jonah Hex.
Right.
that Jimmy wrote, but I never finished it.
Jimmy answered that like he totally forgot you did it.
No, I remembered he didn't finish it.
I never finished it. I did like 8 pages. Maybe I can post them later.
Wow, you're a crappy friend, man.
Yeah, I did 8 pages. I'm like, I'm blowing up. Forget this job.
Right.
Shit's getting real.
Just getting real. I'm moving on. Bye, Jimmy.
The fun of having a different artist every issue is the madness that some people took maybe 2 or 3 years to do one issue on the book, but we wrote so many in advance that it was okay, you know. But I literally had one artist, very popular artist.
Say his name.
Asked
Jeff
me to
Johnson.
Give it a name, Jimmy. Give it a name.
His first name is Jeff.
Yeah.
But he's not in this room.
No.
But anyway, he asked me to write a story, and then Justin and I to write a story, and then we wrote this story custom made for him. And then he said, "Oh, I like it, but I really want a story where it's just 2 guys on the street fighting and do who can draw first and the typical cowboy stuff." So we rewrote him another story, and then he loved it, but he decided his page rate was too low, so he bailed.
That sounds like me.
It wasn't you.
Why? By not telling us it was.
I wish you would have just told me about the page rate thing in advance. That would have been nice. But
Surprise.
Yeah. Actually, Eduardo Riso did the first story instead, and it turned out stunning. That guy's pretty good.
I got to hang out with Eduardo in New Zealand at a show. He's the best.
Yeah, he's talented, man. Okay.
You know, it's funny, and I think Jimmy can attest to this. You know, you're in this business long enough, you have stories like that could, you know, fill up evenings of just stuff that went wrong or didn't happen or, you know, went sideways, and you get surprised, but you move on. You know, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. All right.
Oh, yeah. It happens, guys.
Now I have I don't know if I've blown more than my share or exactly my share, depending on as
deadlines we're talking about, right? We're talking about deadline. Okay.
Well, I mean, just yeah.
What's the deadline?
Right. I think I would say that was pretty average when it came to hitting or missing. I'd say I was batting like 200.
200.
That's good, right?
When you were working at Marvel, you were getting your books out. Yeah. Wonder Man, right?
Yeah, it was I mean, I remember one of the few times Fabian was ever mad at me is I was
you made love to his wife.
Well, I mean, listen, everybody agreed ahead of time that was the right thing to do.
True. That type of party.
Yeah. As long as it's consenting on her part, that's okay.
I remember Fabian. I was taking longer than I needed to take, or I was taking longer than I should have been taking. And Fabian called, and he was telling me that he needed to have a fill-in issue. And I went, okay, well, if that's what you need to do, I understand. I don't want to stress everybody out. I know I'm taking longer than I need to take. And he goes, God damn it, Johnson, you fucking Californians! You're supposed to get mad that I'm taking you off, and then tell me that you're going to work harder and go faster and make the deadline.
Meanwhile, you were heading to Disney that next day.
And I didn't understand. He's like, fuck, I hate not working with New Yorkers.
Yeah. It was a classic strategy. Like Bob Harris probably was like, well, try this. Tell them this. And then, you know.
Amanda, didn't Fabian give you your first work or some of your first work?
No, Greg Wright gave me my
Greg
first
Wright.
job.
Remember Greg?
Yeah.
What about Mariano?
Mariano. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Mariano?
Mariano Nicieza, his brother.
Didn't he worked for Fleer. Didn't he work for Fleer for a while, Mariano?
He did, and then he was working I think right now he's working for Nick Barucci.
Well, you know.
Friend to the people.
Yeah. Good to know he's working. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Mariano gave me a lot of my first work.
Is that because you were in Baby Oil, Coke and Baby Oil?
Right.
He was like, let me get in on that. No, when I first met him, he was doing, it was like working with cosplay girls before there was really cosplay, and he put out like a Fumetti comic book called.
That's right.
Yeah, and so I was drawing some of those characters.
What is Fumetti?
A fumetti is, I think Marvel even coined that a term where
it's an Italian comic. Yeah. It's well, you can explain it, Dan. I don't know.
It's basically photographs with.
You're really offended. You're putting this on Marvel, not the Italians.
Right.
Yeah, but Marvel, that's where I first came in contact with it. Marvel would put out these, like, here's what's going on in the bullpen, and they'd take photographs and then put word balloons over it. So it's kind of like a comic book from a guy that uses a lot of photo reference, except there's the photos.
So kind of the gelato of ice creams.
It's a lot like that, yes.
Hey, Dave, I'm looking at your drawing. It's very cold in space.
Yep. Staying classy.
Hey. This is an adult broadcast, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have those settings on, but it could be.
I said shit, so it better be.
When did the show? That's the case. Yeah.
So, Joe, you a couple weeks ago, last week, you're going to that show. How was that?
Oh, in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. They did a great job. The exhibit is, I meant to post pictures of the exhibit on Twitter, and I totally forgot, and I'll do it in the next couple of days. But they had stuff there that I'd never seen before. They had, aside from having an actual physical copy of Marvel Comics #1 and Amazing Fantasy 15, they had what I guess would be the holy grail of original art. They have the only existing page of original art from Marvel Comics #1. It was a Bill Everett page, like Bill drew when he was 19 years old.
Wow!
And it's sitting there. They have a lot. I mean, they have the Gwen Stacy's death. They have the original art of that. I mean, if you're an original art connoisseur, man, there's some amazing stuff in there. And it was really a lot of fun. They did a great job with it. I usually don't get impressed by a lot of that stuff, but man, they did a great job.
Excellent.
Well, unfortunately, it's in Philly, so I'm impressed by saying that.
Did you go to Club Egypt?
Totally forgot about Club Egypt.
I'll never forget Club Egypt.
Right.
We've all been to Club Egypt.
I'm going to tell the story.
Oh, please do.
Excellent. I love Club Egypt stories.
Wait, are you really going to tell that story, Joe?
I forgot about that place.
So, please do your best to describe what Club Egypt even is.
Wait, Joe, does this story involve Nikki?
Of course. Of course it does.
But you know what? Because I actually started telling part of the story. Let me switch my camera here so you guys can see well. So I told part of the story. Was it last week when I was telling the story about finding 35,000 copies of Azrael? And
Yeah.
He said to pick up Jimmy and Nelson, and it was the whole thing. And then we went to Nikki's house, and we had his mom cooked us gnocchi, and his dad made that lemon liqueur thing, Jimmy, that literally
limoncello.
Limoncello. It was amazing. And but then Nikki took us to a club, and he was, Nikki was just like, we're going out tonight. My girlfriend's going out with her girlfriend, so we're gonna go out.
Oh God,
tonight.
that's why it gets rough.
Okay. I didn't know who Nikki was.
I totally remember this.
So we go to this place called Club Egypt, and it's exactly what you think it is, right? It's this massive indoor-outdoor club in Philly, and it is filled with guys that look like Dan Panosian circa 1999, 2000, right?
Awesome guys, basically.
The cut-off T-shirts, the bristling with muscles and stuff. And Mickey's all gun-ho. He's like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna have a good time." And so he's like, he runs up to the bar to buy a round of drinks, and he comes back white as a ghost. Like, what happened? Like, nothing. And finally he fesses up. His girlfriend was at the bar.
Naturally.
And we're like, which one is he? Which one is she? And he goes to the bar, and there's his girlfriend, and she's surrounded by like three guys that look like Dan, like all like drinks and stuff.
Oh yeah. It was brutal.
It was funny. And that was it. We didn't see him for the rest of the night. The limo was there, took us back to New York, but Nicky was gone. He was gone. So he endeared himself to us that one night. It was a lot of fun.
Every time I've been to Club Egypt, and it's too many times.
Yeah. But
that was I don't think I was there that time, but I remember I was there a bunch of us were there, and of course Nikki. And Buxo was there too.
Rich Buxo.
Wow.
Yeah, Rich Buxo.
Right.
And he was all, like spiffed up in his. I think he was wearing a white suit or something.
And the crazy thing is, Nick's ex-girlfriend is still there.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's still a place, but
yeah.
I mean, every time I went there, it was a disaster between Nick and his girlfriend. She was always there unexpectedly. You think you'd expect it, and then I'd be there. There'd be limos. There'd be like I'd get in there. It'd be like, okay, break out the champagne. I'm like, wow, this is like right out of a like a mob movie. I'm like, I'm not a champagne drinker, so especially at that age, like in my early 20s, I'm not drinking champagne.
Yeah,
it was pretty interesting, and everybody did kind of look like me there.
The funny part about it, I mean, Nicky was so young. I mean, Nicky was in his early to mid 20s at that time, and I think the thing that made it so funny was that he was so gung ho and so macho. I'm out with the boys. I don't care what my girlfriend does. And it's like, no.
That's never the case. He was always a wreck. She'd show up, and then it was just disaster. Everything would go downhill real quick.
Arm candy. She had arm candy. These two guys were arm in arm with her, and he just didn't even know what to say.
Jimmy, they were flexing. Remember, they were just sitting there going,
Nicky was flexing.
That might have been me.
They were pre.
Yeah, that's the wrong guy.
Amanda, what was the Buxo story? What was that?
No, I just remember. I think I was there with you guys a different night. I don't think I was there on the Nicky night with the whole girlfriend thing. But it was at a convention. It was after a convention, and we all wanted to go out. We had the energy to go out.
That was it in Philly. Was that the time when Frank got lost around?
No, that was before that. That was even before.
Oh, that was before.
I think Frank got lost in the early 2000s, and
just has never been found.
And we're still looking for him.
Still looking for him.
Yeah, I remember I had to.
Thanks, Amanda.
At one time, I remember being in the limo, and Nick was just passed out, and I really don't know Philly that well, and I kept trying to ask him like, well, okay, where's the directions? The limo driver wants to know like where he could drop me off at the hotel, where he could drop you off, and I could wake Nick up for like one word. He'd go like, Brookhaven. Brookhaven. I'm like, Brook, or like it'd be like one word, and I'd say that to him, and the driver would go, well, I'm just gonna keep driving. Hopefully, you can shake some more info out of him. And
Nicky would just go Foxy Den and then pass out.
Yeah. It was always something crazy. And I'm like,
Pasta Fazool.
Yeah. Well, God, look at this. This is great.
You got to have Nicky on.
What happens with this stuff?
It's only fun if Nicky's
Dave,
on.
What now?
It's more fun.
Yellow hat? Oh, God. This is like Jeff's spleen or whatever.
Why are you doing that?
I don't know.
It looks like
it
my
just happened. It just happened.
That looks like gout.
Exactly. Now I have to go over with the other marker.
When you first started it looked like an angry version of the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz.
Oh, it's so bad now. I don't even know what
giving me arthritis.
He's wearing Dick Tracy's hat.
Yeah, it's Dick Tracy.
You ruined it.
It's Curious. Is that the man in the yellow hat from Curious George? Like,
yeah, I'm gonna have to here. All right,
draw Monkey next to him.
Oh God, this is a disaster. Who gets this free drawing that I'll never mail out?
Hey Dan, what happened to the cola and baby oil that you colored the last beats with? That was a nice color of orange.
I sold that for a lot of money.
Yeah,
it was the baby oil.
Wait, you guys are selling stuff off with this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're making a mint, Joe.
Yeah, we're doing like an auction, and we're making a fortune. No, I don't know what happened to the drawing. Wait, I think I still have it. Is that the Henry Fonda?
The Jeff Johnston as Henry Fonda, yeah.
Yeah, Jeff was like, I swear that's Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
What the hell have you done there?
What time is it here? You guys, we have. What was I going to say? I think this drinking draw is going a little out.
I'm going to go look at Dave's drawing for a while because Dan's is making me cry.
What do you think about this part? This is the part that's really selling.
That's very expressive. I think.
Well, yeah, it's got a spring coming out of his face.
Yeah,
yellow and gray spring.
I got a little. I got thrown off. Oh God!
Really, Dan? Back with the yellow marker again? Anything?
Nope.
What the hell is wrong with you?
In all the time you've known me, have I ever learned anything?
Oh my God!
Dan never quits. There's no quitting, Dan.
There's no quitting me. This is the man with the yellow hat.
Dick Tracy's first
So-
appearance.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No. No.
What do you think about that?
It's like Curious George. Curious George got a horrible death, and this is what's
Oh my
left
God.
of him.
So
man.
here, so
What do you think about that?
I want you guys
Oh,
help me decide here.
Okay.
Harley self spanking
Yes.
or
Party.
Okay.
another another Harley, hammer thing.
Self-spanking.
Self-spanking.
Self spanking. All right.
That way I don't look like the only perv.
Yeah. No, you still do, Dave. You still do.
You're still the only perv, dude.
Yeah, you're the only one.
All right, as long as I
And
can
Ben
get
over
the title.
And Ben, because Ben's not saying anything.
Ben, you've been remarkably quiet. Is Ben even still here?
Ben,
I
where are
haven't-
you? Wait,
Ben, where's Ben?
Ben, where are your hands, Ben? Where are your hands?
We can't-
Where are your hands?
Yeah, we can't see Ben's other hand. Oh, there it is. Okay.
All right.
I don't see
Interesting.
Jenny though.
Jenny and Elena are out getting weird wine.
Girlfriend.
They're at Club Egypt.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Jimmy, how much do you want to pay me for this?
Nothing.
That could be a cover for one of your books.
No, that's why it's canceled because of that.
Oh. Jimmy, if you've got $5, and I think you do,
I do.
Venmo me that, all right?
I would buy that for $5.
For $5, it's worth it, right?
Yeah, because I'd get my brown marker out and cover all the yellow.
All right. Maybe I have a brown marker. Oh, you know what I do have? A red marker.
Leave it
What if I
alone.
use that?
God,
Hi, everybody.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Hi, everybody. Here's the
Yeah.
classic
No.
drink and draw.
I don't know.
Outline. Outline.
Okay.
Right, Jeff? Jeff used to be
Uh,
really upset. He goes, "Oh, why you put a little white out on that?" Remember that, Jeff?
Yeah,
It's
that
an
was-
yeah.
You weren't too fond of white out for a while.
Cabbage. Bill knows how to use that whiteout though.
So do I. Look at this, fellas.
No,
Jimmy, you drawing anything, Jimmy?
I turn your. I can't look at Dan's drawing anymore.
Why?
Jimmy,
'Cause you're still pro-
Jimmy, are you drawing anything or just
No, I'm just commenting. I have,
bastard?
the only camera I have here is on my giant computer here.
I thought you were going to say something else, but of course
We know
not.
that's true. We know how many
But
cameras.
obviously,
It's on
that's not.
Amanda right now. The only camera I have is on
Your
Amanda.
friends know exactly how many cameras you have. We know. We get
Oh,
We all have our stories.
Mhm.
Dave.
Yeah.
B. Arthur. Your B. Arthur Vine. That's the one.
But she's
I can't
dead.
remember it.
You don't remember your B. Arthur Vine?
No.
Yeah, you did have that, Dave. You're a big fan of anytime the words like B. Arthur show up, you get all excited.
Well, she was a sexy, sexy woman. I mean, let's be honest.
Be honest.
That's who Dejo dates. B. Arthur.
I loved her take no prisoners attitude on Golden Girls.
So far, how would you guys rate this as a success? You guys have been on a lot of podcasts, a lot of live streams, interviews. How would you guys rate the quality of this show so
I want to
far?
ask a question. You
Well,
don't
I know
want
to
answer
drink
to.
beer next time I do another podcast. That's
Okay.
for sure. This was fun.
Yeah.
It's not
It
over.
is fun.
I think that the
Oh,
hat.
it's not over. Tease.
Well, how long before I get to go pee?
You can pause
Question.
anytime you want, Amanda.
Yeah.
Just take the camera with you.
Take the camera with you, ideally.
The ratings will spike.
I know we'll finally get some subscribers here. Yeah.
Hey, Dan, have you been trying to get subscribers?
No. Why do we want those?
I was going to say, because if you were, you're
Yeah,
trying.
let's not get crazy now.
Why would we need that?
So
No, we
here's a
just are
question.
doing this for personal reasons. And I look at the like when I'm 75, I'll just go on YouTube if it's like still exists, and I'll watch it. And I'll go, well, those were some good times, as good as Club Egypt or better.
It'll seem like time travel because you'll have the same shirt on when you're 75. It'll seem like time travel.
Does this look like an affliction shirt? It's not affliction.
But it does look like an affliction shirt.
It does.
It looks like some of your hex spilled out onto your shirt.
There it is.
Yeah.
There's the beauty.
Dick Tracy.
That is so Man in the Yellow Hat. I watch a lot. I've seen every episode of Curious George thanks to my son. So it's influencing my work.
Sorry.
Ah,
Ben, have you seen a lot of Curious George or not?
I have seen a lot of Curious George.
That's my nickname for something else, by the way.
I like some of the turns taken tonight.
Yeah. But I have seen every episode of that, every episode of Daniel Tiger.
Dora the Explorer?
No, I will not watch that.
Oh,
no, there's a
movie coming out, so wait for it.
Yeah,
now he likes Pokemon, but that cartoon is insanity. I can't handle it.
Yeah,
You gonna take him to the new movie?
Nope, I'm not endorsing that madness.
You're not endorsing the movie?
That movie does not look good.
It doesn't look good. I'll tell you what's
It's
good.
Pikachu as a detective. Come on, what's not to love?
I don't think the movie's really for us, so I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, the Lego movies are fun. Those are really good movies. The Despicable Me movies, those are good.
Yeah. The Lego Batman movie was brutal.
Yeah,
I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, huh?
It was hard to sit through. It's a younger audience, that's for sure. Even my kids were having a hard time with it. Deep
It
thoughts.
was perfect for Dan, is what you're saying?
It is. Yeah.
I mean, it's a story I could probably follow. You know,
stay along, sing along.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
All right,
New hat, Amanda.
time out.
Hey, look, in the background of Amanda, there's a Dave Johnson drawing on the wall there.
Is there? That looks
In
like
the
a
corner,
graph.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
All right, let's make fun of Amanda's weak bladder.
All right, now look at Dave's drawing. I want to ask a question about the lighting on those glasses that happen to be right over her iris.
Well, it was the reference I had, so I kind of liked it that way.
You're married to that.
Yeah, why not?
Right over the eye.
Eh,
I think it looks cool.
you see one eye. That's all you need.
Who's looking at her eyes? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm looking
I
at
am.
those missiles.
A couple of weeks I was, and then that all changed for me.
The missiles in her hair, I mean.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So we gotta do any trivia tonight?
Oh god.
Not again.
For
Yeah.
Dave's drawing.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
giving
I
this
think
one.
we're done with
Well,
that.
it's not like any of the drawings we ever ship.
Jeff said Jeff
I gave-
promised he
Hey, I
Jeff
gave
promised
mine
he'd
away
give away
last
about
week.
3 more drawings.
Yeah, I think that I think that no. That's my thought is no.
No drawings?
There's been a lot of costume changes. This is like a Broadway, musical with all the hats that are showing up.
I would describe this as Les Mis.
Oh God.
Got a very similar feel to it.
It's very miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The only hat I can wear is a baseball cap. I've tried to rock the cowboy hat and be that guy, but it never works for me.
Are you like me? I don't have a good hat head. I have a terrible hat head. Baseball caps are all I could wear.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you not
And
feel
one time we had Jeff wear the baseball hat sideways, and we just waited for how long it would irritate people who actually knew Jeff and knew that he would never wear a hat like that. Oh, I like Jimmy. That's great. I just got that.
Well, I'm going with drawing.
Do you remember that, Jeff? Do you remember
do.
you wearing the baseball cap sideways and then Steve Jones just had enough of it?
right? But they didn't say anything right away. They just let me go for a long time.
They thought you were trying it out. They thought you were trying a new look.
I'm always looking for some version of some modicum of a personality. And
Yeah, you're like maybe I could have some style if I wear a hat.
yeah,
It would have been better.
Hats add a bit of class to everything, I think.
They really do.
yeah.
It
Oh,
would
you
have been-
found your
They're
fun
really
Christmas
passing
hat.
it up.
Peter wore a good hat. I don't want to depress everybody, but Darwin wore a good hat.
He
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Darwin
He could
did.
wear a hat nicely.
Yeah, Jeff's hat actually looks like a Darwin hat.
Yeah, that's what reminded me of it.
That's a very Darwin-y hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably, I hate to say it, it'd probably look a lot better on Darwin.
Most things would.
Well, not now.
Not now.
No.
Oh, 100% not now.
I don't know. Probably debatable.
Yeah, that's true.
That's morbid.
Yeah. What is that? It looks like ancient Hebrew text. What do we keep seeing over there? Sorry, now of course we can't get it to go back to somebody's.
What is
I don't know. What are you saying?
What are we looking at?
Let's see.
it? It's,
No, one more over from Jimmy.
It's Joe's.
Oh, it's Joe's board.
That's my board.
There it is.
I'm done with my drawing. I don't know what's taking you guys so long.
It's how he conjures demons.
Yeah. That's great. Joe, how come you haven't like mentioned the guitar case in the background that I have there?
The guitar.
You mean a guitar?
No, not yours. Mine.
Oh, you know what? Because the way my computer is situated,
You
I
can't.
can't. I'm talking to you guys. I'm not watching. So
I had that placed there for like 3 consecutive drink and draws, hoping you'd ask me about my guitar days.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
That's really the bottom line. I just don't care, Dan.
That's when Dan used to buy guitars.
Yeah, I used to collect them.
When people would give Dan guitars, like why?
I figured that's part of your pencil collection.
Yeah, it's in the guitar room. There might be 3 rooms in this house.
But Dan, I have to say that's a it's nice that you put that guitar case there to try to impress me. I'm glad.
Well, I was like, how can Joe and I can connect more? It's like, oh, we have so much in common. Joe and I are probably.
Dan, I think the walker takes away from the guitar. That little walker you got there, the grandma walker, it kind of takes away from your guitar a little bit. The coolness of your guitar.
Why am I the only guy with an actual spinner rack? Did you guys notice that?
I got 2 of those. I just don't have them on camera.
Yeah.
Of course.
Quit bragging.
Some of us have more than one room in our house.
Yeah.
We have a studio.
That's right, Dan. You have 16 rooms.
Yeah.
I've been in Dan's house. It's a labyrinth of madness.
Yeah.
And he has a hot tub in his bathroom, the giant hot tub in his bathroom.
It is the weird. We call that the porno bathroom. It is the weirdest bathroom I've ever seen.
When's the last time you used that hot tub?
8 years ago.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys, I get trumped with a hat.
Whoa.
It's too much of a pain in the ass to take off the thing.
Put it on.
No, it's a pain to put it back. So.
Do you still have that ball gag?
Finally got it off.
The red one or the black one? I think I left the black one in your house.
Yeah. It's probably in my hot tub.
Yeah. It was fully submersible.
Yeah.
And
That's why we
waterproof.
got it.
Silicone.
Yeah. Well, Amanda, you've classed it up for us, except for the vomit story early on. But I think luckily
What, you
people.
didn't like the vomit story?
No, I loved it, but I think luckily people have forgotten about it, and they're like, "Wow, luckily Amanda's here."
Well, I can remind them.
Meatballs.
It smells like meatballs.
Come on next week and try to relive it.
Exactly. Get some
You know,
liquor.
I feel like I have a drinking binge like that once every. It's gotten to be like.
No, it's not you, Jeff.
Oh, that's projection. I'm sorry.
Like it used to be like once every 2 years, and now I've spread it out to about like 7 years. So
we won't be doing it by that long, I'm sure.
No, this thing will be already like banned by YouTube.
Last one. How many years ago?
I think the last time I got like really like unpleasantly hungover drunk was in LA again.
Wow.
And it was that birthday party that you guys had for me and Victoria at the Cat and Fiddle.
Victoria.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was not feeling well, so I was drinking hot toddies, instead of just staying in fucking bed like I should have. I was like, oh, well, I'm not, I'm sick, so let me drink hot toddies.
Sure.
And I drank way too much whiskey, and the next day I paid for it. So
Apparently you throw a cherry on there and you're good. Right?
I remember one time Amanda and I were driving home late at night from Manhattan on the and we're on the Bell Parkway, we're going past the Verrazano Bridge, and Amanda just covers her mouth and starts throwing up, but it starts shooting out between her fingers
like a sprinkler.
And it shot out all over the windshield and the dashboard. I had to pull over the car, and it smelled like like vomit. And the only thing I had to clean it out of the car, I had a 6-pack of beer in the trunk, so I actually washed the inside of my car with beer.
Jesus.
How very Animal House of you.
Yeah,
yes,
wow.
I'm gonna marry that girl one day.
She's a keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Jeff, do you want to show all the drawings? We want to go through them all and
Oh yeah. So I guess we're getting close to the end. Let's so basically, one of the things I like about Drink and Draw is that it's different than the stuff I normally do. So I can draw anything you can think of. Just a samurai and a giant robot.
That's your take on what was that one by Disney? Baymax.
Oh, Baymax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
about you, Dave?
I just apparently everybody loves certain parts about my drawing.
Well, show us the nipples.
We love all the parts of your drawing, and some more than others.
Yeah, the salad tossing gun is especially cool.
There you go.
A little bit perverted.
That is wild. I like that.
Amanda, what are you drawing?
Well, I'm trying to figure out an invisible. I have to do an Invisible Woman cover, so I'm trying to figure out what to do there. But I showed you the
draw anything.
Harley.
Wait.
Just draw a background.
Well,
can you show me this woman again? Talk about it. What I can hear you if you're saying
it's her on her iPhone eating a Snickers bar.
There you go.
Genius.
And you already saw the 2 Harleys I did, so I'm trying to.
Wait, I want to see those again. Let me see the Harley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was too busy working.
There's working. What? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Am I too close?
Back it up.
Too far? Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
Back it up.
All right.
Nice.
There it is. And then there's the other Harley. I love the concept of Harley spanking herself, but I think this one just came out better. I think this one
So happy.
just has a lot more movement to it.
Sure.
And so
That's awesome.
So thank you. Thanks. I have so much work to do that I actually had to do work here instead of have fun and just draw crazy shit like you guys got.
Well, you could be drawing this.
Oh God.
Really crazy shit.
I mean, this could be happening. You
Oh,
guys,
the humanity.
should we do it? Should we do it?
No.
Don't you dare. No. Stop it.
No.
Oh no! Oh,
Yeah.
that one could never see the light of day.
I'll give you $2.50 for each slice.
I thought you'd give me you weren't going to give me 5. I thought you could double it now, and you could put it in one of those frames where they have it 2 by 2.
You should never rip up your art there.
Yeah,
I just got so
somebody
angry.
out there. You know what? There was somebody out there watching us, going, "Man, that's amazing! I love that piece." And they're probably in tears.
No, you know
right
what?
now.
Ryan Otley. I think it was Ryan Otley burned a whole bunch of his originals online.
Why?
Wow, he got in some trouble. I think.
Mike Harris. I remember Mike Harris got an issue of. I want to say the NAM or one of the books he did, and he just ripped it up and threw it out when he was up in the Marvel offices. And I was like, why would you do that? And he goes, I didn't like it. And I'm like, okay, artist prerogative, I guess.
I can see Ron Garney doing that. Ron Garney, I could see walking in going, oh, this issue of Daredevil, bye-bye.
We'll find out next week that was just a print that Dan ripped up.
Yeah. Dave, what
Dan, you made prints of that, did you?
Oh yeah, everybody was clamoring for that illustration. No, it was terrible. The yellow hat killed it. That really did it for me.
What were you thinking, man?
You should throw that marker away.
You could have just gone over it in something else.
I only have so many colors at my disposal, so no.
got 2.
Really?
Yeah. I have a room full of pencils, but I don't have any white.
Yeah, you have a shit ton of other stuff in your room.
Never use that yellow again, right? You don't.
You mean this?
I think you should. I think you should mail one piece to one viewer and one piece to another viewer.
And hopefully they can meet. Hopefully it's it can be a couple one day.
Yes.
It sounds like love.
It does sound like love. Do you guys?
Dave, what were you drawing? Dave?
What?
Well, we saw it, Jeff. If you don't recall, we saw the nipples.
Welcome to the show, Jeff.
Nipples with a person attached to it.
Here you go, Jeff. Here we go.
Sorry.
There you go. What do you think? Done.
Cold in space.
I met Jeff.
What would you name her, Dave? If you could give her a name.
Oh, jeez.
Do it.
Puffy.
Delicious. You got to call her
Puffy the Space Girl. Puffy the Space Girl.
There you go.
Puffy the Space Girl. Nice.
I'm good with that.
You live with that?
All right. So, Jimmy, give us some kind of Twitter or whatever you're up to, so you can.
What?
So people could find you if hypothetically they're watching this.
Yeah, all 30 people.
Yeah.
Jay Palmiotti, or put my name in there, you'll find it. Come on by, say hello.
Wow.
Where can they find you on a daily basis?
Yeah. What's your address?
Right in this spot, in this chair, actually working.
Dox him?
Nope.
Let's dox him.
Nope.
Let's dox some people.
What?
I like saying the word dox. I don't know why.
You can find me in Florida right now.
Oh, God.
All right, we're narrowing it down.
I think next week we're in Washington, D.C. for a
Awesome
convention.
time.
With Dave. Yeah, with Dave.
Dejo is going to be there.
Dejo.
Dejo.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Smithsonian and steal Archie Bunker's chair.
Perfect. It'll fit perfectly.
You guys actually do have a very cool house. You have that one special chair that Dave has spent the night in.
Yeah.
And done some questionable things while listening to weird music.
He is fond of that chair.
Yeah.
The chair
you ever
is
ask
fond
why?
of him.
It is a good chair.
I might question why he's so fond of that chair. It's one of those egg chairs. It looks like a James Bond, sort of like a villain chair.
Chair, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the speaker system in it because that's my favorite part of the chair.
Surround sound.
Mm-hmm.
Dave likes the private aspect of it because it kind of encloses him in there, and he's like, nobody's watching me.
Hey, you know what? It's facing the other way now, so you can look outside while
while
servicing
your need.
Yeah.
So you
The
can
birds
be
can
antisocial.
watch
So you can be antisocial when you come over.
Where are you going to sit? Oh, I'll be over here, not facing anyone.
Well, it used to be just facing the rest of the house, and now it's facing outside, so the birds can watch you in the chair.
Nice.
And can you put a TV out there now?
No.
What?
No.
No.
You mean
Jeff,
TV
where can we reach Jeff? Jeff is at
on Johnsonverse for Twitter and Jeff Johnson on Facebook. That's about it.
And what's your address?
Where will you be eating lunch tomorrow around this time?
For all 30 of us. And Dave is DevilPig666.
Or Dave Devil Pig Johnson on Instagram.
Yeah.
One word. Good times.
I'm Urban Barbarian on Twitter and Instagram. And Ben DeFeo, I think, has lost 6 followers since he started moderating this.
People are running like rats on a ship.
Yeah. Twitter count's gone way down.
Craziness, Ben. Thanks for keeping track of all of it.
Joe, is Joe still here? Joe's actually working. Joe's the hardest working guy here.
What? That's why
we didn't see Joe's drawing.
Yeah, of course not.
It's I don't know if you can see it from the camera too. Let's see. It's a character called Talon. Is that showing up? I don't know. You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, Talon.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Keep moving it around. So yeah.
Yeah. Yes, a decent character called Talon for a fan who's been waiting for a very, very long time. So
can you dox that?
Dave, you're finally getting your drawing, Dave.
All right.
You're getting your little Talon, Dave.
There you go.
It was thank you very much for coming by and hanging out with us. Amanda, Jimmy, Joe. It
was so nice to see you guys.
The nonsense.
It's like being right there, but kind of not.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Right.
Without the breath smell, it's great.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're anything like me,
and the meatballs.
Regretting you've ever done this thing.
Oh yeah.
And yet, Joe will be back here next week as we terrorize another guest. Yeah.
Woohoo!
All right.
Is Frank Thierry on next week?
We could get Frank if he's not at a convention
Oh, you
somewhere.
should get Frank.
I don't work with Frank. Can't do it.
A lot of people won't.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't work with kids, live animals, or Frank Thierry.
It's smart. That's good show business.
You guys are pussies. I could work with Frank.
Yeah, true.
Nobody asked you, Connor.
We'll have you guys on next week too. Then.
So Ben, is this last call?
I think so.
All right. Well, I guess you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, right, Ben?
That's it. We're gonna close it up, and yeah, we had no questions from the audience for the most part that I couldn't handle.
Really?
Yeah.
How can there be no questions?
Well,
What?
there were
No
questions,
questions?
but they were manageable questions. They wanted to know what happened to
You
Amanda.
only wanted unmanageable.
I bet they were all
What?
for Amanda.
Well, duh.
I hope so.
Yeah, the cutest
What
one.
kind
What
of
was it? Now I'm curious.
By Dan's yellow, it just really kind of threw everything off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Right.
There were questions?
there could have been.
Well, we have a live
Like
chat,
that.
but our live chat is so boring because we don't want any controversy. We just want it to be a good time. So people are like, oh.
What's controversial about this?
It's very Disney chat.
Your
Yeah,
flat
this is
hat,
all.
Jimmy, your hat's controversial.
Yeah, actually, you're getting us Twitter banned for that or YouTube banned.
Good. This is going on long enough, boys.
Disney owns Christmas, so that's out.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Toodles,
Bye, you
everyone.
guys.
Bye,
Bad
guys.
time.
Apologies. Apologies, everybody watched. Take care, guys.
Take care.